friends, welcome to my channel Chic and Savvy, where we talk about all things relating to planning and budgeting. My name is Carissa, and today we will be budgeting my paycheck for the third week of August. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and turn to August. We have our cute little summer vibes over here. Okay, first let's review our financial goals for August. So this month, me and my husband want to pay off our Discover card, keep to our budget, and start paying towards our city credit card. So the first goal is to pay off the Discover card. We're using our extra debt sinking funds envelope to be able to do this. So we have been putting larger amounts into that envelope, so that way we can pay this card off by the end of this month, hopefully. That's the goal for that. And then 2 is to keep to our budget. So we're trying to limit eating out, we're packing our lunches more, and we're trying not to buy anything that we don't need. And then number 3 is make additional payments towards our city credit card. So if we have any leftover money from our wallet, our $1 savings challenge, and then once we pay off our Discover card, we can start making this a priority instead. So those are the goals that we're working towards. Okay, so now we have our bill calendar. So today we're budgeting for our third paycheck of the month, which is in this brown color. So that is what we are going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and get our sheets. Take this off. So we're gonna grab our paycheck planner sheet and our cash envelope breakdown sheet. Perfect. So this is for August 15th. So we're gonna write that here. And this is my husband's paycheck that we are going to be budgeting. So we'll write his income here. Perfect. So little review on how this bill calendar works is I first list out all of my paydays on the calendar and I color code them. So then I put all of the bills on here, and then depending on what color that payday is, I'm gonna highlight the bills that I'm gonna pay using that payday. So for example, the first payday of the month is in yellow. All of the bills in yellow is what I'm gonna use to pay, is what I'm gonna use this payday to pay with. Same thing with this blue for the second payday of the month. Everything in blue is what I'm gonna use this paycheck to pay for. And this time is brown, so we only have one bill to pay for this week because this is a really big bill. So me and my husband get paid bi-weekly, but we're on opposite schedules, so we have one paycheck per week that we budget for. So let's go ahead and check off paycheck number 3, because that is what we're doing today. I cannot believe how fast it's already going. I'm just in shock. I'm already gonna have to start prepping for September, which to me is just, it's wild, it's wild. So like I said, we only have one bill today, so budgeting is gonna be a little bit easy because we're not gonna have that much to write down for bills. So this bill is a debt, and so it does come with a fee, so I'm gonna write the fee on this side. And that is $35. So with the paycheck planner sheet, I make this sheet myself, but you can write this on a piece of paper. There are other budgeting tools out there that do the exact same budget setup that I do. And what I use as my go-to is a zero-based budget. So what that means is that every dollar in your budget is allocated towards some category. So at the end of your budget, you should be left with $0. So first we write our income here, and then our fixed expenses are anything that is a fixed amount each month. So that's your rent, your mortgage, your water bill, your electric bill, your car payment, any subscriptions that you have, phone bills, anything like that is going to be a fixed expense. So for me, I actually put debt in its own category because I like to put that all together and see the total amount, but debt would be a fixed expense. So we have the fee here for this debt that I have, and that is the only thing that is going in our fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and move to debt. So like I said, this is a debt, and that is going to be $521. And that is the only debt that we are paying this week. So that is there. So next is our variable expenses. Variable expenses are any expenses that you have that you do have to budget for, but the amount can change based off of what you are doing. So this could be your groceries, your gas, your spending money, your eating out money, lunch money, or whatever you have, or money for your kids, whatever the case may be. That is more of a variable expense. It's still an expense that you have to budget for, but it's a little bit flexible because you're determining the amounts, opposed to a fixed expense is something that is set in stone, that is either like an automatic payment or something that is not going to change really. So let's go ahead and put this away because I'm not going to need it right now. And then let's go back to our variable expenses. So for us, ours looks a little different because I do live with my parents, me and my husband do, and we are saving to purchase our own home. So our variable expenses are going to look different than somebody who has their own place to live because you're buying all of those things and budgeting in for those categories when we are not. So first, we do give my parents money, and so we give them $250. We give our moms money, and that is $50. And then we have my husband's spending, and that is $30. And then we have my spending, which is also $30. We have gas, which we budget $50 a week. We have eating out, which is $30. We have fun money, which is $30. And then we have donation, which is $5. And then we have my husband's lunch. And so he buys lunch basically every day, but it's at a super discounted rate because he works in a hospital. And so it ends up being like $4 to $6. So we do budget for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these up. So it's $250, $50, $30, $30, $50, $30, $35, and $30. So $505. I am filming in the morning, but it rained last night super hard. I live in Arizona and we're having our monsoon season finally. But the lighting is super weird because I feel like it's still kind of cloudy. But it actually feels great outside, and great as in like it's like 85 or 90 degrees. But we're used to having it be 115. So when I drove my husband to work this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels so good outside. And it was, I think when I read it in the car, it said it was 80 degrees, which it hasn't been 80 degrees in a long time. So it was really nice. Okay, so next let's go to savings. So now that we know all of our bills, we have everything written down, we can determine how much money we have left over to put towards savings. So for the third paycheck, for me and my husband, the third paycheck is always the one that has the least amount of money to go towards savings because our bill is a lot and that we usually know it falls around this time. So let's go ahead and see how much we have left over. So our income is $1,250. We're gonna subtract fixed expenses, variable expenses, and debt. So we have $189 left over. So we're gonna put that here. So that is how much we have left over to put towards our sinking funds and our savings challenges. So still good. If you ever run into a situation when you're budgeting and you have negative left over, or you have like $2 left over, that is when you might want to look at your budget as a whole and see what you need to adjust, because that means you're either living way above your means and you need to cut things out, or you're not able to save any money. So that's where you can kind of determine what you need to change, or what you need to change in your lifestyle or with your job if you're not able to afford what you're budgeting for. So let's go ahead and write out all of our savings categories that we're going to be doing this week. So we have our checking cushion. We have extra debt. We have car maintenance, savings, Savopoly, our monthly challenge, subscriptions. Oh, I was gonna write dental. I'll just still write it because I already wrote the D. But this is what we changed to health, home, and Christmas, and then haircuts. So these are the categories that me and my husband decided that we're gonna put this money towards for this pay period. So let's go ahead first and do our Savopoly, because we do have to roll the dice for that and we don't know what that amount is going to be. So let me grab that. Currently, let's see where we're at. So we are at $6, which is the white property. We're gonna go ahead and roll. Ooh, doubles. And we got 4. So we are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just visiting jail. I think a couple weeks ago we were in jail, but now we're just visiting. So we are gonna save $10 this week. Let me put that here. Perfect. And so I get this challenge from the LittleBirdieCanada. I absolutely love it. It's a year-long challenge. Roll the dice, see where you land, and then that's what you're gonna save for the week. And I like that a lot of these denominations are not that big. There are a few, I think there's like one. Yeah, right here, where it's 60, and I definitely have landed on it once or twice. But other than that, oh, there's a 50 here too. It's pretty affordable if you can manage to do this, or if you can't, split these numbers in half. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do next year when we go into our house, because this is just gonna be a lot more than what we're gonna have left over to save. But I do love this challenge because I just love the colors and how interactive it is. We're gonna do $10, oops, for Savopoly, so let's write that here. Perfect. So for our checking cushion, we usually put our typical $5 in there. So let's take that out. And let's see, our savings challenge is our $10 challenge. So we're gonna go ahead and put 10 in there. For our monthly, I don't remember how much we have left to do. Let's go ahead and check. So our monthly is this monthly challenge that I create, and each icon is worth $5. So we only have 2 paychecks left to fill in the rest of these. So let's see. Let's do 3. Yes. So that way then the next week we only have 3 left. So let's do 3 icons. So that's $15. So we'll do minus 15. Perfect. And then subscriptions is going to get 10. So for subscriptions, this is for, we're gonna try to make the majority of our subscriptions annual. So we're trying to build this up so that way when we move into our house, we don't have like monthly subscriptions that we're paying for. We just have annual ones because it does save you a little bit of money. And so I think at the end of this month, we can maybe do 1 subscription annual, and then we'll keep saving. I think we have 4 that we were trying to do annual. So our goal is to try to do at least 1 by the end of this month. So we'll see if we are able to do that. And then dental, actually health, is going to be getting 5. I don't know if I did that 10. Okay. Home is going to be getting 5. Christmas will also do 5. Car maintenance will do 10. Okay, we have 114. Oh! My pen just broke and I had to try to find the piece, but it's all good. I screwed it back on. I actually like this pen, which I usually don't. I'm very picky, but I really do like this pen. Okay, haircuts is getting $10. So we have 104 left over. Okay, that's perfect. I want to put 100 in extra debt. And that leaves us $4 left over, which is great because I don't know. Usually this doesn't ever really change, but I just want to keep a little bit of extra in just in case. So we'll leave that $4 in our checking account for anything weird that comes out. So this is going to be 189 minus 4, so 185. Perfect. So that is how much we are going to put towards savings for this week. Okay, so now we can use our cash envelope breakdown sheet. What this sheet does is you can write out everything that you're going to take out in cash, and then we can break it down to the denominations that we need. So it makes it easier for us when we go to the bank, which we are going to do today, so that way we can cash stuff our envelopes. So let's go ahead and write everything that we need to take out in cash. So now that we have everything written, we can go ahead and do the breakdown of what denominations we want to do for each of these categories. So for my spending, I give myself 30, but I do 10 in my wallet. So we'll go ahead and do $10. Eating out is 30, so we'll do a 20 and a 10. Fun times is 30, so we'll do a 20 and a 10. Donations is 5, so we'll do a $5 bill. Extra debt is 100. I'm trying to decide if I want to just do all big bills or do like half and half, because I may want to use it for condensing, but I really don't think I have much to condense. So we'll just do 250s. And then car maintenance is 10, so we'll do a $10 bill. Savings is 10. Saveopoly is 10. Monthly is 15, but this is our $5 challenge, so we're gonna do 3 5s. Subscriptions is 10. Health is 5. Home is 5. Christmas is 5. And haircuts is 10. Let's do a $10 bill for that. So perfect. So let's add up what this is. So we have a total. So our total is 185, but minus 5 for the checking, so 180. And then we'll add in our wallet items. So 255 is what we are taking out in cash. Perfect. Okay, so we're not taking out any ones this week. We are taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10s. 1, 2 20s, and 2 50s and no hundreds. So that is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 actual bills. And then for values, we need $35 in 5s, 80 in 10s, 40 in 20s, and 100 in 50s. So let's add that up to make sure it equals our total. And it does. Perfect. Okay, so let's get our sticky note and write this down so that way we can take this to the bank. So we are doing 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s. And we need 7 5s, 8 10s, 2 20s, and 2 50s. And that is 35, 80, 40, and 100. Perfect. So this is how I do it. I know a lot of people do it differently, and you can buy like little teller slips too, but this is just the easiest thing for me because I end up throwing these away. Perfect. So our budget is all ready to go for the week, and we have what we need to get from the bank, so that way we can do our cash envelope stuffing. All right, so thank you all for being by my side throughout this journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.